The sky over Earth was calm when the first shadows appeared. From the edge of the solar system, a massive fleet of alien ships moved silently, their metallic surfaces reflecting sunlight like dark mirrors. Commander Rilo stood on the bridge of the largest ship, the Oblivion, watching the blue planet below. He had led many conquests in his life, and he expected this one to be easy. Other species had fallen before him, and he believed Earth would be no different. On Earth, Captain Tomo looked at the alien fleet through the observation window of the orbital command station. She did not feel fear. Instead, her mind raced with plans. Humans were outnumbered and outgunned, but they had something no other species had: imagination, courage, and the ability to use every part of their world to their advantage. Toma tapped the screen in front of her, sending orders to activate Earth's planetary defenses. In the cities below, humans watched the skies grow dark with massive ships. Panic spread at first, but quickly, people calmed themselves. Soldiers, engineers, and even civilians prepared for the coming battle. Drones rose into the sky, satellites shifted into attack positions, and emergency teams moved into shelters that were actually fortified command centers. Humans worked together as one. The first shots came from space. The alien fleet fired powerful energy beams, striking Earth's orbital satellites. Some satellites exploded, others tumbled out of orbit, but humans had prepared for this. Laser turrets hidden on the surface activated, targeting alien scouts with precision. The aliens were surprised. Their weapons were strong, but Earth's defenses were clever and unpredictable. Toma smiled as she watched the alien scouts struggle to navigate the defenses. "They will learn quickly that Earth does not surrender," she said. Her assistant, Leon, nodded. He was young but brilliant, helping to coordinate attacks and guide defensive satellites. Commander Rilo, on the other hand, was growing impatient. His scanners were not showing the easy victory he expected. Earth's defenses were unusual and effective. Alien ships moved cautiously, avoiding areas humans had fortified. Rilo had faced strong planets before, but none had used their environment so cleverly. He decided to send troops to land on the surface, expecting resistance but certain it would be minimal. The first alien dropships entered Earth's atmosphere. They glowed like fireballs as they descended, aiming for major cities. On the ground, humans were ready. Captain Toma had positioned units along the landing sites. Soldiers waited behind barricades, using natural cover like hills, rivers, and forests to hide. Drones flew above, giving real-time updates. Humans had studied the alien ships and knew their weaknesses. When the dropships hit the ground, humans attacked with precision. Explosives disabled landing gear, nets trapped some of the smaller scouts, and coordinated strikes from multiple directions caused chaos among the aliens. Civilians joined too, guiding escape routes and helping soldiers reach key positions. The aliens expected fear and confusion, but they found organized resistance, courage, and sharp strategy. In one city, a young engineer named Myra used a modified energy pulse device to disrupt alien shields. The device worked perfectly, leaving the alien soldiers exposed. Myra smiled as she watched them struggle. "They are not prepared for humans," she said quietly. Soldiers nearby cheered, inspired by her success. Commander Rilo could not believe what he was seeing. His army was powerful, but Earthlings used teamwork and creativity in ways he had never imagined. Every attack seemed to fail before it could succeed. The humans did not panic. They did not run. They fought smart and strong. Toma monitored the battles across the planet from orbit. She saw humans using every advantage, from hidden tunnels to camouflage turrets. Alien scouts fell into traps at every turn. Every small victory gave Earth defenders confidence. "This is only the beginning," Toma said. "We will protect our home, no matter what." Even as the alien fleet hovered above, Rilo felt doubt for the first time in his life. he realized that Earth was not an ordinary planet. Humans were not ordinary beings. They were clever, adaptable, and fearless when defending what they loved. The sky above glimmered with alien ships, but the ground below was alive with determined defenders ready to fight for every inch of their planet. As night fell on Earth, lights from the cities and military bases illuminated the land. Humans worked tirelessly, coordinating strikes, moving supplies, and preparing for the next wave. From orbit, Toma could see the determination in every city, every soldier, every civilian. Earth was ready, and the aliens had no idea what awaited them. Commander Rilo stared down at the planet, his confidence shaken. He had underestimated humans, and for the first time, he wondered if he had made a mistake. The battle for Earth had begun, but already, the humans were proving that no species could easily conquer their world. Toma whispered to herself as she watched the alien fleet maneuver. Let them come. They will understand soon enough why no one survives an attack on Earth. The first night of the invasion ended, but the war was only beginning. The morning sun rose over Earth, casting long shadows across cities and forests. The alien fleet still hung above the planet like a dark storm. Commander Rilo stared at the blue world below, growing more frustrated with every passing hour. His scouts had returned with reports of fierce resistance. The humans were not panicking. They were organizing, fighting, and even learning quickly from each skirmish. On the surface, humans moved with purpose. Captain Toma coordinated teams from her command station, sending units to intercept alien landings and protect civilians. Soldiers followed her orders without hesitation. Engineers repaired damage caused by alien strikes while scientists developed new strategies on the fly. Even children and the elderly contributed, helping to pass messages, deliver supplies, and provide care for the wounded. Humanity's unity surprised even their own leaders. Alien dropships descended near a major city. They expected an easy landing and little opposition. Instead, they were met by carefully arranged barricades and ambush points. Soldiers emerged from hidden tunnels and rooftops, firing with precision. Drones hovered above, relaying positions and weaknesses in real time. The aliens were caught off guard by the humans' preparation. Myra, the young engineer who had disrupted alien shields before, led a small team near the city center. She had modified devices to jam alien communication, leaving some troops isolated. They can't work together if they cannot talk, she explained to her team. Explosions rocked the streets as alien soldiers tried to regroup, only to find traps at every turn. Civilians cheered from safe distances, inspired by the bravery of their defenders. Commander Rilo, watching from his command ship, felt growing unease. His army had never faced such resistance. Every move the aliens made seemed countered by human strategy. He ordered a group of elite soldiers to capture key human leaders, hoping to break their coordination. The soldiers landed near Toma's command station, confident of success. Toma had anticipated this. She and Leon had created a decoy command center nearby, fully stocked and designed to appear like the main base. The alien elite soldiers approached, expecting an easy capture. Instead, automated defenses activated, nets and energy pulses immobilized them, and human soldiers emerged from hidden positions. The aliens struggled to retreat as more humans surrounded them. It was a small victory, but it sent a clear message: humans were not easy prey. Meanwhile, other teams intercepted alien forces moving through forests and rivers. Humans used the environment to their advantage. Trees blocked alien sensors, rivers slowed their advance, and hills provided cover for ambushes. Every attack by the aliens was met with a counterattack, carefully planned and executed. Even the aliens' strongest weapons were often rendered useless by human ingenuity. In one small town, a farmer named Ryan guided a group of soldiers through a network of underground tunnels he had built decades before. The tunnels allowed them to appear behind alien forces unexpectedly. Ryan had never expected to fight an invasion, but he adapted quickly. "This is our home," he said, his voice firm. "We will protect it." His words inspired everyone around him to fight harder and smarter. The aliens were shocked. They had conquered many planets before, but none had humans defending them. Humans did not fight like the other species Rilo had encountered. They were clever, united, and fearless. Every attempt to intimidate or overpower them was met with resistance. Every battle ended with losses for the alien forces. Even Commander Rilo had to admit that humans were extraordinary. He had underestimated them, assuming that technology alone would guarantee victory. Now he realized that humans used more than weapons, they used intelligence, teamwork, and the environment itself. He considered calling off the invasion, but pride and duty would not allow it. Toma watched the alien fleet move cautiously. She knew the humans' early victories had shocked them, but she also knew the aliens would return stronger. She did not fear that day. Humans had adapted, and they had learned to predict alien moves. Every success, no matter how small, gave them confidence and hope. At night, humans worked tirelessly to repair damaged areas and strengthen defenses. Civilians shared food and water with soldiers, engineers continued to improve technology, and scouts gathered information about alien movements. The planet itself seemed to join the fight, as weather patterns, mountains, and rivers all made alien advances slower and more difficult. Commander Rilo withdrew some of his forces for the night, hoping to regroup. He stared at Earth, finally understanding why previous invaders had failed. Humans were not just strong, they were clever, resilient, and willing to fight together to protect their home. Every species that had attacked Earth before had underestimated the defenders, and every species had failed. Tomo looked at the night sky, illuminated by alien ships and distant stars. She felt a quiet pride in her people. Humans had survived the first day. They had fought together, adapted, and learned quickly. And they would continue to do so, no matter what the aliens tried next. As she prepared plans for the next wave of attacks, Toma whispered to herself, "They will not forget today. They will know that Earth is not a planet to conquer easily." Humanity's courage and unity had made the first day a success, but the real test was just beginning. The alien fleet had withdrawn slightly after their first encounters with Earth's defenders. Commander Rilo gathered his officers on the bridge of the Oblivion, frowning at the reports coming in. Human resistance was stronger than any species he had faced before. Every attack seemed to fail, every maneuver met with clever counterattacks. He realized that brute force alone would not be enough to conquer this planet. On Earth, Captain Toma and her team used the pause in the alien assault to prepare. Soldiers repaired defenses, scientists refined weapons, and civilians continued to assist however they could. Leon, the young strategist, worked alongside Myra to adapt human technology for the new wave of attacks. Together, they developed drones that could move silently through the cities, mapping alien positions and providing real-time intelligence to ground forces. The humans were ready to strike back. Small attack teams moved carefully, targeting alien supply lines and communication hubs. By striking at the aliens' resources, humans hoped to weaken the fleet and slow the invasion. These attacks were precise, executed with intelligence and teamwork. Every move was calculated, every target chosen for maximum impact. In the mountains near the northern cities, a team led by Ryan ambushed a convoy of alien ground vehicles. Using camouflage and high ground, humans disabled several ships before the aliens could react. Explosions lit the sky, and the remaining alien soldiers retreated in confusion. Ryan's team celebrated quietly, knowing that each success added to the momentum of Earth's defense. Meanwhile, Myra and Leon activated a series of electromagnetic pulse devices near key alien positions. The pulses disabled shields on multiple ships, leaving them vulnerable to human attacks. Satellites fired with precision, striking the weakened ships. The aliens were shocked. Their superior technology was not enough against humans who could combine old and new methods in clever ways. Commander Rilo watched from orbit as his fleet suffered losses he had not anticipated. He tried to reorganize his forces, but human attacks were swift and unexpected. Even the elite units sent to capture key human leaders were repelled by clever traps and coordinated counterattacks. Rilo began to realize that humans were not just defending, they were learning, adapting, and turning every advantage to their side. In one coastal city, civilians worked alongside soldiers to rig underwater barriers that slowed alien amphibious vehicles. Engineers had designed the barriers to collapse at specific times, trapping alien forces and forcing them into narrow areas where humans could attack. The coordination between civilians and soldiers amazed even some of the alien observers, who could not understand how the humans moved so effectively as a single unit. Toma monitored the battlefield from orbit, directing attacks and communicating with ground commanders. Every successful strike strengthened the morale of the human defenders. Every failure of the aliens to adapt quickly added to the growing confidence of soldiers and civilians alike. The planet itself seemed to aid the humans, with forests, mountains, and rivers all used strategically to block and confuse alien forces. Rilo ordered a massive assault on the main human cities, hoping to break morale with sheer power. Alien ships fired energy beams and dropped soldiers in multiple locations simultaneously. Humans, however, were ready. They had predicted the attack and had set up defensive networks in every city. Drones relayed movements, soldiers fired from hidden positions, and civilians guided emergency teams to protect the wounded. Every attack was countered with precision, and the aliens suffered heavy losses. As night fell, humans struck back again. Small teams targeted alien supply lines and communication networks. Satellites fired coordinated strikes, and ground forces used guerrilla tactics to weaken the enemy. Even the aliens' advanced technology could not keep up with the clever strategies and adaptability of Earth's defenders. Commander Rilo finally understood what previous invaders had failed to recognize. Humans were more than strong, they were intelligent, adaptable, and united in defense of their home. Each loss taught them something new, and each victory inspired more humans to join the fight. Brute force alone would never defeat them. On Earth, Captain Toma gathered her team. "We are stronger than they know," she said. "They have never faced humans like this. Every move they make, we will counter. Every attack, we will survive. We are defending our home, and no one will take it from us." Her words inspired confidence throughout the command center and across the planet. The alien fleet remained above, damaged and cautious. Rilo stared at Earth, finally realizing that his assumptions had been wrong. This planet was different. Its people were clever, courageous, and united. He had expected an easy conquest, but now he understood that the humans would not only survive, they could turn the battle to their advantage. As humans repaired, regrouped, and prepared for the next wave, Toma knew that Earth had taken its first real steps in the fight. They had shown the aliens that humans were not just defenders, they were a force that could strike back, using strategy, intelligence, and unity. The war had begun in earnest, but already, Earth's defenders had proven themselves capable of facing the greatest threat the planet had ever seen. Humanity was not just surviving, it was fighting back, and the aliens were learning for the first time why no species could conquer Earth easily. The alien fleet hovered above Earth, their ships moving cautiously. Commander Rilo's confidence was shaken. He had faced many planets before, but none had resisted with the intelligence and unity that humans showed. Every move his forces made was countered, and every plan was disrupted. The humans adapted faster than any alien could anticipate. Rilo decided to see the humans up close. He boarded a small scout ship, descending toward a canyon where reports indicated heavy resistance. His intent was to assess the humans directly and understand why their strategies were so effective. On the ground, Captain Toma prepared for the unexpected. She had anticipated that Rilo might come personally and had planned for his arrival. The canyon was narrow, with rocky walls on both sides. Toma's soldiers positioned themselves along the cliffs, hidden and ready. Drones hovered silently, providing detailed maps of the terrain. Traps were carefully set, designed to slow the aliens and give humans every advantage. Myra checked the sensors, ensuring everything was ready. Rilo's scout ship touched down with a quiet hum. Elite alien soldiers disembarked, confident they would intimidate the humans. They expected fear and disorder. Instead, they found organized, disciplined defenders. Humans moved strategically, using the terrain to block paths and force aliens into confined spaces. Tomo led from the front, calm and determined, giving precise orders to each squad. The first contact was sudden. Humans activated nets that captured several alien soldiers while energy pulses disabled their equipment. Drones provided constant updates, allowing soldiers to move with precision. Even elite units could not adapt quickly enough. Rilo watched from above, his confidence wavering. Humans were not only resisting, they were controlling the battlefield. Ryan and his team emerged from a hidden tunnel, striking the aliens from behind. The combination of surprise, terrain advantage, and precise attacks caused confusion among the invaders. Alien sensors struggled to track the humans as they moved quickly and efficiently. Every attempt by the aliens to advance was met with a clever counter. Even Rilo could not hide his astonishment. The humans were not fighting blindly. They predicted movements, adapted to attacks, and used every part of their environment as a weapon. Hills, rocks, and narrow paths all worked in their favor. Humans did not rely solely on technology, they relied on intelligence, planning, and teamwork. Toma spoke calmly to her team. Focus on coordination. Keep moving, keep observing, and use every advantage. They will learn soon enough that Earthlings are not easy to defeat. Her voice carried authority and confidence, inspiring every human in the canyon. Soldiers moved without hesitation, civilians assisted by guiding supplies and information, and drones kept a steady stream of data flowing. Rilo ordered a retreat at first, thinking to regroup. But it was too late. The humans had anticipated his moves. Traps were activated in sequence, forcing alien troops into positions where they were vulnerable. Electromagnetic pulses disrupted communications, leaving Rilo unable to coordinate effectively. Humans exploited every weakness, their attacks precise and unrelenting. For the first time, Rilo felt fear not for himself, but for the fleet. He realized that the humans' unity and intelligence made them unpredictable and dangerous. They were not just defending, they were learning, adapting, and improving with each encounter. This was unlike anything the aliens had faced before. On the ground, Myra used a modified energy pulse to disable several alien weapons at once. Ryan led a flanking maneuver, capturing more soldiers without a single human casualty. Toma coordinated movements from multiple positions, showing remarkable control over the battlefield. Even the youngest soldiers moved with confidence, trusting the strategies that their leaders had taught them. As night fell, the canyon glowed with the results of the conflict. Alien soldiers retreated, injured and confused. Humans held the canyon, calm and ready for the next wave. Rilo returned to his scout ship, shaken by what he had witnessed. He had underestimated these beings. He had assumed that superior technology and strength would guarantee victory, but he now understood that the humans were not ordinary. Back on his command ship, Rilo called a meeting with his officers. "These humans are extraordinary," he said. "They are clever, united, and fearless. We cannot underestimate them. Every attack we launch is met with resistance and strategy. We must rethink our approach." His officers were surprised by his honesty. They had assumed Earth would fall quickly, but now doubts filled the ranks. Meanwhile, Captain Tomo looked up at the alien fleet. The humans had won the canyon battle without losing a single life. Soldiers repaired minor damage, civilians helped organize supplies, and drones continued to monitor enemy movements. Humanity had shown that they were not just strong, they were clever, adaptable, and unafraid. Rilo stared at the planet below, realizing for the first time that humans might be the one species in the galaxy that could not be conquered easily. He had expected fear, chaos, and surrender. Instead, he found courage, intelligence, and unity. Humans fought not only with weapons but with strategy, innovation, and determination. As Toma prepared her team for the next encounter, she felt quiet pride in her people. They had faced the aliens directly and proven that Earthlings could overcome any challenge when they worked together. The war was far from over, but humans had delivered the first shock to the invaders, showing them why no species could survive an attack on Earth. The aliens would retreat for now, but they would not forget the lesson. Humanity had proven its strength, intelligence, and unity, and the galaxy would soon learn why Earth was not a planet to conquer easily. After the battle in the canyon, the alien fleet retreated to orbit, regrouping and repairing their damaged ships. Commander Rilo paced the bridge of the Oblivion, frustration visible on his face. He had expected Earth to resist, but the humans had used clever tactics, traps, and intelligence in ways he could not predict. Every small skirmish had cost his forces heavily. On Earth, Captain Toma knew the aliens would return. She called a meeting with her leaders. Soldiers, engineers, and scientists gathered around a large digital map, planning the next moves. Leon, sitting beside Myra, pointed to several alien supply routes. "If we disrupt these lines, we can slow them down and weaken their forces," he said. Toma nodded, seeing the plan's potential. Humans had learned to turn every weakness into strength. The next morning, humans launched their counterattack. Drones moved silently over cities and forests, gathering intelligence and relaying enemy positions. Small teams struck at alien supply lines with precision. Mines and electromagnetic devices disabled vehicles, leaving alien troops stranded. Every move was carefully calculated, and humans worked together to ensure maximum effect. In the forests near a northern city, a team led by Ryan waited patiently. Alien soldiers advanced along a narrow path, unaware that humans had prepared traps along every turn. Hidden turrets activated as soon as the aliens entered the area, while nets and energy pulses immobilized their vehicles. Humans struck from multiple sides, forcing the aliens to retreat in confusion. The forest seemed to help, blocking alien sensors and giving humans cover for every move. Meanwhile, Myra and Leon focused on communication disruption. Using modified devices, they hacked into alien networks, spreading false information and creating confusion among the ranks. Alien soldiers argued over orders, unsure which commands were real. The humans had turned technology into a weapon not just for attack but for control. Every disruption gave humans the advantage in every battle. Even civilians played a role. Farmers guided soldiers through hidden routes, engineers repaired damaged defenses, and students monitored drone feeds. Every person contributed to the defense, showing the unity and determination of the human race. The aliens had expected fear and surrender, but instead, they found an organized and intelligent resistance. Commander Rilo grew more worried. Every attempt to advance had been repelled. Every plan he made seemed to fail because humans were unpredictable and adaptable. He had faced many species in his life, but none had used their environment, technology, and teamwork as effectively as humans. He realized he had underestimated their intelligence. In one city near the coast, Tomo led a team to disable a major alien power station. The station controlled energy for several ships in orbit. Humans moved carefully, using stealth and precision. Soldiers took cover while engineers set charges and drones monitored for alien reinforcements. When the station was disabled, multiple alien ships lost power, leaving them vulnerable. It was a small victory, but it had a large impact on the overall battle. Rilo watched the effects from orbit, disbelief written across his face. Humans had found ways to attack him without confronting his main fleet directly. They were clever, using small teams, technology, and the environment to their advantage. Each success inspired the humans to push further, while alien morale began to weaken. On the ground, Toma coordinated multiple teams simultaneously. Civilians moved supplies, soldiers maintained defenses, and engineers repaired damaged areas. Every action was synchronized, every decision calculated. Humans were not just defending, they were planning, predicting, and striking back with precision. As night fell, humans launched a coordinated strike on alien communication hubs. Drones guided attack teams, energy pulses disabled shields, and soldiers moved through hidden routes to disable equipment. By the end of the night, several alien command points were destroyed or disrupted. The aliens were struggling to maintain control over their forces, while humans gained confidence with every success. Commander Rilo finally understood the truth. Humans were more than strong, they were adaptable, united, and capable of using every resource to their advantage. Every species that had tried to conquer Earth had failed because they underestimated the defenders. Humans not only fought back, they learned, adapted, and used intelligence to turn every disadvantage into a victory. Captain Toma watched the city lights flicker across Earth as her people worked tirelessly. Soldiers repaired, civilians assisted, and drones continued to monitor enemy movements. Humanity had shown its unseen power, the ability to fight as one, to adapt quickly, and to turn every challenge into an advantage. Rilo stared at the planet below, realizing that no species had ever understood the true strength of humans. Earth was more than a planet with weapons, it was a home defended by intelligence, courage, and unity. Humans had revealed their hidden power, and the galaxy would soon learn why attacking Earth was impossible. Toma gathered her team one last time before nightfall. "They will come again," she said, her voice steady and confident. "But we are ready. Every resource, every skill, every person will defend our home. They will see the strength of humans, and they will learn why no one survives an attack on Earth." The humans worked into the night, repairing, preparing, and planning. Their unseen power had changed the course of the invasion, and the aliens were beginning to understand that Earth was unlike any planet they had faced. Humanity had proven itself once again, showing that courage, intelligence, and unity could overcome even the greatest threats. The alien fleet had repaired some of its damaged ships and was preparing for a massive strike against Earth's main cities. Commander Rilo believed that a full-scale assault would break human morale and finally allow him to conquer the planet. He did not yet understand the intelligence, coordination, and determination of the defenders. On Earth, Captain Toma watched the approaching fleet from orbit. Her heart was steady. Humans had survived every attack so far, and they were prepared for this one. Soldiers, engineers, and civilians had worked tirelessly to repair defenses, strengthen equipment, and organize counterattacks. Every team knew their role, and every person contributed to the defense. Humans were ready for the turning point in the battle. Ryan and his squad prepared to intercept alien forces moving toward a coastal city. The aliens expected a direct attack, but humans had set up a network of traps and hidden positions. Mines were placed in key pathways, and electromagnetic devices were positioned to disable alien vehicles. Drones monitored the battlefield, giving humans real-time intelligence. Every detail had been planned to maximize the advantage. The alien fleet began the assault, firing energy beams that lit the sky. Dropships descended with powerful weapons and elite troops. Humans waited patiently, allowing the aliens to enter areas carefully prepared for ambush. As the first dropships moved into the narrow canyon leading to the city, hidden turrets activated. Nets captured vehicles, and energy pulses disrupted alien shields. Soldiers struck from multiple angles, forcing the aliens into confusion. Meanwhile, Myra and Leon coordinated a simultaneous strike on the alien command network. Using advanced hacking devices and electromagnetic pulses, they disabled communication between several ships. Alien commanders could no longer coordinate effectively, and their soldiers were left uncertain about orders. Humans had turned the aliens' own technology against them. In the mountains overlooking the battlefield, Captain Toma directed several teams to encircle key alien units. Civilians guided supplies and assisted in coordinating the movements. Even the youngest soldiers followed orders with precision, showing courage and intelligence beyond their years. Every attack, every move, was synchronized, creating an overwhelming force against the invading army. Rilo watched in disbelief as his carefully planned assault fell apart. His fleet was losing ships, his troops were stranded, and communication was failing. He realized for the first time that humans were not just defending, they were controlling the battlefield. Every move he made, humans had anticipated. Every advantage he thought he had, they had neutralized. The human strategy reached its peak as Ryan led a decisive maneuver against a massive alien warship attempting to strike the coastal city. Using narrow passages in the canyon, humans forced the warship into a trap. Electromagnetic pulses disabled its shields, and drones guided soldiers to vulnerable points. Explosives placed strategically disabled engines and weapons, leaving the ship powerless. Alien troops on board were captured or forced to retreat. The success of this strike caused chaos in the alien fleet. Without coordination, ships collided, retreated, or became easy targets for human forces. Satellites fired with precision, striking disabled or weakened ships, while ground teams continued to ambush dropships. Human defenses were everywhere, smartly placed and coordinated, leaving the aliens struggling to find any advantage. Captain Toma addressed her teams through secure channels. Every move is working. Keep calm, follow orders, and support each other. Today we show them the strength of Earth. Her voice carried confidence and authority, motivating every soldier, engineer, and civilian participating in the defense. As the night fell, humans executed a final coordinated strike on remaining alien units. Drones provided guidance, teams moved swiftly through hidden routes, and energy pulses disabled remaining shields. The aliens were overwhelmed, their morale collapsing. Even elite troops retreated in disarray. Rilo realized that the humans had not only survived, they had turned the battle to their favor. For the first time, Commander Rilo understood why no species had ever succeeded in conquering Earth. Humans were not only strong, they were united, intelligent, and adaptable. Every attempt to intimidate, isolate, or destroy them had failed. Their courage and strategy allowed them to turn disadvantage into victory. On Earth, soldiers repaired defenses and civilians helped secure the cities. Myra checked the drones, Ryan organized patrols, and Leon updated strategies for the next phase. Captain Toma watched the horizon, proud of her people. Humans had proven that they could not only survive an alien assault, they could win against overwhelming odds. The alien fleet retreated once again, their forces weakened and their morale shattered. Rilo knew he could not continue without suffering devastating losses. Humanity had turned the tide of the battle. Earth had proven that it could defend itself against the most powerful invaders in the galaxy. Toma looked at the recovering cities, the united soldiers, and the brave civilians. She felt quiet pride and relief. Humanity had survived the turning point. They had adapted, fought with intelligence, and proved that unity and courage could overcome even the greatest threat. The war was not yet over, but Earth had shown the galaxy its true power. Commander Rilo stared at the planet below, finally understanding what other species had learned the hard way. Earth was not a planet to conquer easily. Humans were more than warriors, they were clever, determined, and united defenders of their home. The next phase of the battle would be difficult, but humanity had already proven why no species survives an attack on Earth. The alien fleet hovered above Earth, battered and disorganized. Commander Rilo had never felt such frustration. Every attack, every plan, every advance had been met with clever human resistance. Ships were damaged, supply lines cut, and communication networks destroyed. For the first time, Rilo questioned whether his army could ever succeed. On Earth, Captain Toma watched the approaching ships through orbital sensors. The humans had prepared for this moment. Soldiers were in position, engineers had repaired damaged defenses, and civilians had ensured supply lines were safe and efficient. Every part of the planet seemed ready to fight alongside the humans. Toma felt a calm determination. Humanity had survived every test so far, and now they would finish the battle. The aliens made their move, attempting a concentrated strike on the capital city. Massive energy beams lit the sky, and dropships descended rapidly. Rilo expected panic and confusion. Instead, he saw coordination, intelligence, and courage. Humans had prepared hidden bunkers, decoy command centers, and defensive networks across the city. They fought as one, precise and unyielding. Ryan and his squad led the first counterattack. They struck the alien troops from hidden positions along the city's outskirts. Mines disabled vehicles, nets captured soldiers, and energy pulses disabled weapons. Drones provided constant updates, allowing the humans to react to every alien movement. Every action was synchronized, showing the alien invaders the full strength of Earth's defenders. Meanwhile, Myra and Leon focused on the alien fleet in orbit. Using modified devices and satellite coordination, they disrupted communications and disabled shields on multiple ships. Alien pilots struggled to maneuver, while humans on the ground attacked with precision strikes. The aliens' largest warships were left vulnerable, and small teams of human soldiers moved to exploit every weakness. Captain Toma coordinated every attack. Soldiers moved with confidence, civilians guided supplies and information, and engineers repaired defenses under pressure. Every part of the planet worked together. Humans had learned from previous battles, and each success built momentum for the next. The alien troops, confused and disorganized, were unable to recover. In the coastal mountains, Ryan led a decisive strike against an alien dropship attempting to escape. Using narrow passes and hidden turrets, humans trapped the ship and disabled it completely. Alien soldiers surrendered, realizing their situation was hopeless. This small victory had a ripple effect, boosting morale across all human forces. Commander Rilo watched from his command ship, finally understanding the truth he had ignored. Humans were not ordinary. They were intelligent, adaptable, and fearless. Every species that had tried to conquer Earth had failed because they underestimated these qualities. Humans did not fight blindly, they learned, adapted, and worked together. The final wave of human attacks was relentless. Drones guided soldiers to weak points in alien formations, energy pulses disabled critical systems, and humans used every tool at their disposal to overwhelm the invaders. The aliens tried to regroup, but they could not recover from the coordinated human strategy. Their fleet began to retreat, leaving behind damaged ships and stranded troops. On Earth, Captain Toma watched the aliens withdraw. Soldiers cheered, civilians celebrated quietly, and engineers continued to repair defenses. Humanity had not only survived, they had triumphed. Every plan, every innovation, every brave act of courage had turned the tide of the battle. Earth had shown the galaxy its true strength. Rilo stared at the planet below, silent and defeated. He had expected fear and surrender, but instead, he had seen intelligence, courage, and unity. Humans had proven that no species could conquer Earth easily. His fleet retreated, carrying the lesson of human strength back to the far reaches of the galaxy. Toma gathered her leaders and soldiers. "Today, we have proven ourselves," she said. "We have defended our home, and we have shown that together, humans are unstoppable." Every person, every action, every choice mattered. Earth stands because of the courage and intelligence of its people. Across the planet, humans rebuilt cities, strengthened defenses, and celebrated their survival. Soldiers continued to train, engineers improved technology, and civilians shared stories of bravery and teamwork. The world had been tested, and humanity had passed. Commander Rilo returned to his fleet, knowing that no species would ever forget what they had seen. Humans were more than survivors, they were a force that could not be conquered, a species united by courage, intelligence, and determination. Earth had become a symbol in the galaxy, a warning that no one should attack lightly. Captain Tomo looked at the horizon as the alien ships disappeared. She felt pride in her people. Humans had faced overwhelming odds, adapted to every challenge, and triumphed. The planet was safe, for now, and humanity had proven why no species survives an attack on Earth. As night fell over the planet, cities glowed with light, and the hum of human activity continued. Soldiers patrolled, engineers repaired, and civilians worked together to rebuild. Humanity had faced the greatest threat in history and emerged victorious. Earth was strong, united, and ready for whatever challenges the future might bring. The aliens would remember this day, and so would the galaxy. Humans had proven that courage, intelligence, and unity were stronger than any weapon. Earth would never fall easily. Humanity had shown its power, and the world would never be the same again. Captain Thomas smiled as she watched the stars. Earth was safe, and humans had triumphed. They had defended their home with strategy, teamwork, and determination. Now, the galaxy knew why no species survives an attack on Earth. Humanity had shown its strength, and the planet would stand forever.